Keeping with tradition, the 2024 Honda CB1000 Hornet, like its smaller sibling, will not make it to North American shores for the foreseeable future. That said, the inline-Four CBR-derived 999cc engine should bring a level of performance to the Hornet namesake like no others before it. This motorcycle boasts a more complex and angular design compared to its 750 counterpart and manages to strike a lightweight streetfighter-esque stance. So without further ado, here are 10 things you need to know about the 2024 Honda CB1000 Hornet. Number 10. The Honda CB1000 Hornet debuts a new design language. Modern motorcycle design is all about sharp and aggressive lines, nowhere more so than in the naked sports bike class. The CB1000 Hornet follows this design trend, albeit with a little less aggression in its lines than the likes of the KTM 1290 Super Duke, for example. The lines are angled sharply forward, giving a sense of motion even when the bike is standing still, while the headlight treatment has more than a passing resemblance to the Kawasaki Z line of naked sports bikes. The fuel tank is broad at the front and narrows sharply towards the rear, where it meets the seat, making the bike accessible even for shorter riders who can get their feet easily on the ground. The design features include sharp, aggressive lines, roadster's layout, and Kawasaki-like headlight treatment. Number 9. The CB1000 Hornet shares its engine with the CBR-1000 Fireblade. It has become customary for naked versions of fared sports bikes to have a detuned version of the engine, with fewer horsepower and a broader spread of torque throughout the mid-range. The inline four-cylinder engine in the CB1000 Hornet was first seen in the 2017 CBR-1000 Fireblade and has been detuned to 147.5 horsepower and 73.8 pounds-feet of torque, although these figures need to be verified by independent testing. On this evidence, Honda is not trying to beat rivals such as KTM, BMW, or Ducati, but is concentrating on simply improving the figures of the outgoing CB1000 model. While still impressively fast, the motorcycle should be much more accessible and less intimidating than its rivals. Number 8. The CB1000 Hornet has an all-new frame. With the adoption of a new engine, the frame has not been simply altered, but is a completely new design. Gone is the CB1000R's steel backbone frame in favor of a twin spar steel frame, which has more in common with the CB750 Hornet. While offering impressive rigidity, the new frame also acts as a visual element of the overall design. The rear subframe is now a steel tube trellis design, integral to the main frame, and therefore not replaceable in an accident, making repairs expensive. The model is suspended by fully adjustable Showa separate function big piston forks and a Pro-Link Showa monoshock at the back. Number 7. The CB1000 Hornet gets a new TFT Dash. Bringing the design language right up to date is the brand new 5-inch full-color TFT Dash, which matches the ultra-modern styling and high-tech of the CB1000 Hornet. There are 4 different configurations for displaying essential information: speed, revs, fuel level, riding mode, traction control level, and Bluetooth connectivity. To navigate through the various menus, this bike gets new switchgear, which looks neat, clean, simple, and intuitive to operate. This is an important factor given the available performance, exploring the limits of which requires the rider to concentrate on the road ahead and not be distracted by fumbling for the right switch. Number 6. The CB1000 Hornet is available in 3 new colors. Honda is known for its understated finishes for its motorcycles, and the CB1000 Hornet is notable for its classy good looks, unspoiled by eye-catching graphics. This bike is available in 3 color options: Grand Prix Red, Honda's traditional racing color, Matte Iridium Gray Metallic, and Pearl Glare White. While these colors are on the tank, seat unit, and headlight cowl, the rest of the bike, frame, engine, wheels, and fenders, is finished in black satin paint, while the fork sliders are silver. All of this gives this motorcycle a much more grown-up and classy appearance than the likes of the KTM 1290 Super Duke and BMW S1000R. Some might find it a bit dull, but there will be many others who appreciate this understatement. Number 5. The CB1000 Hornet has a toned-down suite of electronic rider aids. Ultra-complex electronics are a common feature of modern sports bikes, whether fared or naked, But Honda has resisted the temptation to equip the CB1000 Hornet with too many electronic intervention systems. Naturally, the essentials are there: dual-channel ABS and traction control, which in Honda's case is called Honda Selectable Torque Control. There are also 3 riding modes, enabled by the ride-by-wire throttle, although Honda hasn't told us what these will be called. Expect them to be Sport, Road, and Rain, in line with every other manufacturer. Riders will be able to navigate through these options via a small joystick on the left handlebar, with the selected riding mode displayed on the TFT Dash. Number 4. The CB1000 Hornet has LED lighting all around. There are no surprises in the lighting department for the CB1000 Hornet, which follows industry trends in having LED lighting all around. What this means is a small projector headlight set in an ultra-modern cowl, with definite overtones of the Ducati Street Fighter and Kawasaki Z900 or 1000 in the style. The front turn indicators remain lit at all times, giving an extra level of visibility to the motorcycle for oncoming traffic, which is particularly important in low-light conditions. The rear turn indicators are linked to the motorcycle's brain and will warn following traffic of sudden braking by flashing as an enhancement to the brake light. Number 3. The CB1000 Hornet has a familiar brake and tire specification. If you are familiar with the CB1000R model, you will recognize the braking hardware, which retains the dual 310mm floating discs, clamped by radially mounted 4-piston Nissin calipers at the front, and a single Nissin caliper clamping a 256mm disc at the rear. Both wheels have ABS sensors feeding the brain of the dual-channel ABS. Tires at the rear and the front are both being supplied by Dunlop, which is understandable as that brand is now Japanese-owned. By continuing with the suspension, brake, and tire configuration of the CB1000R, Honda is ensuring that the riding dynamics remain familiar to those trading up to the new model, while retaining the sure-footedness the model was always known for. Number 2. The CB1000 Hornet's rivals are strong contenders for overall naked sports bike honors. The naked sports bike class is hotly contested, and the CB1000 Hornet has some serious competition. It would be fair to say that this motorcycle is outgunned by the likes of the Ducati Street Fighter V4, BMW S1000R, KTM 1290, Super Duke R, and supercharged Kawasaki ZH2 in terms of power, performance, and standard equipment. Typically, however, Honda has not tried to beat the opposition in terms of those parameters. Honda has concentrated on usable power and accessible dynamics, rightly thinking that there are a lot of riders out there who are simply not skilled enough to handle nearly 200 horsepower and more, nor will ever need such power. Honda's closest rival is the Suzuki GSX-S 1000, which is similar in specification, concept, and layout. Number 1. The CB1000 Hornet will arrive in early 2024. Traditionally, new models that are unveiled at EICMA start arriving at showroom floors in the first quarter of the following year, so you can expect to get a first-in-the-flesh look at the 2024 CB1000 Hornet anytime between January and March 2024.